Welcome to Linkronicity, where your journey and destiny link. I'm Stacey, Kumagai, your Linkologist, and I'm here to help you link your life. Today, we're going to be talking about your link of empathy. Now, I know that sounds like a one-dimensional link, but I got news for you. It's not. It's like a split atom. Really, it is. And that's why we're doing this video, so I can give you a heads up as to its good, beautiful, golden side and its dark side, and help you to prevent you from going to the dark side. That's it. It's that simple. I'm giving this as the intro because if I said that we were going to be talking about the link of empathy as it relates to emotional intelligence, you're going to go like, wow, it's so clinical. I don't want to know this stuff. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about good stuff, dark side. Keep it simple. Alright, so emotional intelligence as it relates to empathy and compassion and sensitivity and putting yourself in someone's shoes and understanding what it's like from one human soul to another human soul to feel empathy and compassion and be sensitive to somebody going through a tough time. Beautiful thing, right? Isn't that beautiful? It's a beautiful thing with human existence, and we can so enhance our lives by having that kind of depth and connection. Emotional intelligence with empathy as it relates to the dark side starts off on the good side. That's its packaging. That's its false advertising, because it'll eventually lure you into the dark side where the vampires are. Now, I know you know what I'm talking about when I say where the vampires are. They're not just here for Halloween. They're here all year round. And we have to be careful because misery likes company. And the misery that likes company that is unhealthy and toxic is the misery that likes company that hopes to bring you down with the ship so that way you make the other person feel normal. And that's called dysfunction. And then that's not a good place for you, because then you can't even be in a place to help. Because initially, the person who was the vampire came to you for help and tried to pull you all the way on the other side so they feel normal and they feel like there's nothing wrong with them and that they may not even have to fix it because you're there too, and hey, if everybody's here, then maybe there's nothing wrong. And that's a false sense of perception, because you don't want to have a pool of people in this dark space feeling helpless and hopeless and dark, right? So I wanted to do this video today to bring you to the awareness of the idea that there's good emotional intelligence, empathy, and compassion, and then there's the dark vampire side where it's toxic and unhealthy, and how to understand the difference. And I wanted to do this now because it's very, very timely, because this usually happens around the holidays. And I know that I do a lot of evergreen videos, and this is not just referring to fourth quarter holidays, this is referring to all year round holidays. Anytime you are gathered with a group of friends or family, there is this influence of, you know, if I'm feeling this way, you must feel this way too. And it doesn't have to be. You know, you are entitled to your own feelings on your own terms. If you arrive happy, you are allowed to stay happy. If you want to be reflective, you're allowed to be reflective. If you are feeling just kind of in the middle of the road, you're allowed to feel that. You're not forced from peer pressure and influence to go to the other place, because, you know, you're an adult now, and peer pressure was supposed to have ended in high school, right? Well, you know as an adult that it still exists, and this is one of the ways, and this is one of the unhealthy ways. And because you're an adult, you don't look at it as peer pressure, you just look at it as people talking. It's communication. But in that communication, sometimes things get lost and people become self-consumed about how dark they're feeling. So come, right? And that's not a good place, because then you can't be of help to anybody. More importantly, you won't even be there for yourself anymore if you get sucked into the vacuum of the vampire energy. So, how we can tell the difference. When you are dealing with someone who's having a really tough time and your emotional intelligence kicks in to be empathetic empathetic and sympathetic and feel compassion, and from your heart you want to help, and it stays in a very healthy place where you can be of help, where you're not being brought down with the ship, that's beautiful. Okay? Your gut will tell you as your red flag as to if you're being pulled to the dark side. And you'll know it because it's uncomfortable. Not as uncomfortable as in uncomfortable, not dealing with confrontation, facing uncomfortable, but as in uncomfortable as in, ugh, not feeling right. I didn't come in this way, and I'm feeling like I'm no longer being asked for help. I was falsely advertised that I could be of help, but it's really just so the person doesn't feel like a freak. Okay? We need to define these parameters so we can all help each other rise, really. And the more of us who are on the surface to be of help and of service to be helpful and be empathetic on the positive side, the better. Because if everybody's all in this basement, might as well give up, right? Because it's not a good place to be. So we need to keep you upright. We need to keep you in the right place of your emotions and your balance, and so that you can remain in a healthy spot. So the next time you feel like you're not really sure where you are, and which lane of the emotional intelligence and empathy you are being asked to participate, show up as your best self and do your best to help. When you feel like that is not being received as enough, you know what I'm saying when I say this, when it's not being received as enough, then you know that slowly you're being pulled to the other side. And then when you start to feel the red flag, stop in your tracks, back up, evaluate, and remove yourself from the situation to stay up so you can be of help. And you can continue to be of help, but set the boundary there as to which line you won't cross, so that way you don't fall down too. Okay? And that's how you can protect yourself, and that's really self-care, self-loving, and actually more helpful to the people that you're trying to help in your life. I'm Stacey Kumagai, your Linkologist, here to help you link your life. Please be sure to follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Linkronicity, blogspot.com, and go to Link.